Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. It is 5:45 a.m. Friday, March 27th, 2015, and this is what's going on. So now it's time for our Q&A. Papa's had breakfast, he's got his lunch, and he's heading out the door. And I got, as usual, lots of questions. And oh, by the way, I'm doing better today, but I'm still going to take it easy today because the weekend's coming, and that's usually a busy time for us. But thank you for being so understanding. I'm going to soon be going down to maybe 2 or 3 broadcasts a week with the Q&A on Friday. Only because I need to slow down just a little bit, especially with spring coming. We've got, trees to cut down and split. Well, I'm not going to be doing that. My husband and son are, but there's going to be extra people here for that for a week, and we're going to be, cutting wood, and I'm going to be cooking meals and trying to keep the house clean and all that stuff. So I need to know my limitations, and I'm just learning that. Anyway, let's get to the questions. Do you know how to make pop? For my American friends, that means soda pop. In particular, Mountain Dew. I know they sell kits to make Coke or root beer, but I've never seen one for Mountain Dew, and I wonder if you have a recipe for it. Thanks. We don't drink pop. Well, we do. Okay. We do drink pop maybe once a month. We might buy a big a bottle of ginger ale, or we might buy a couple of Stewart bottles of Stewart's homemade root beer or whatever, but we're not pop people. We really aren't. We used to be. When we first quit drinking, we would drink a lot of diet pop, but it's not good for you. My brother used to make pop for his kids, but I don't know how to do that. And Mountain Dew, the last I heard, had brominated vegetable oil in it, and it's not something you want to drink at all. So I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't make pop. I saw your stain remover video. Would this recipe be like Shout? I have no idea. I've never used Shout. You mentioned weeding today. Just while I was I was watching an incredible documentary on growing organic. Back to Eden gardening. Have you seen or heard about this? Yes, I have, and apparently it's a wonderful way to garden. We were going to, we just haven't done it yet. It's a matter of, for us, it would be putting the wood chips down in the fall and then planting in the spring. But in the spring, we end up putting all our pig and goat clear out from the barn on the garden and tilling it in. And it needs to be tilled in. So we don't do the Back to Eden gardening, but I hear it's really cool. And I hear it works wonders too. My family and I are going to Niagara Falls on the U.S. side during July 4th. Is there anything in Canada, on the Canada side, close to the falls that you would recommend to see? That you would recommend for us to see? You're about an hour and a half from downtown Toronto, and downtown Toronto is a really beautiful city, in the sense where it's a lot cleaner than most cities, and you've got, the CN Tower. You got to see the CN Tower, and of course you've got to see Yonge Street. Yonge Street is the longest street in Canada, and there's a lot of stuff on there, a lot of good shopping. But, that's it. Now, if it was Ottawa you were coming to, I could send you to all sorts of places, but there's the Royal Ontario Museum, there's the CN Tower, there's all kinds of stuff. So, downtown Toronto is worth a look. And most people, not like New York or whatever, but most people are pretty nice. Dear Mrs. Wolfie, getting an old, okay. Bisquick, can you make it with either chicken or bacon fat? Chicken fat, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, you can try it, but if you're going to use bacon fat, you can use bacon fat, because all bacon fat is flavored lard. So what I would recommend, if you want to use up your bacon fat, clean your bacon fat first. And that's really easy to do. Well, it's not really easy. It's a little time consuming, but it can be done. You put your bacon fat or your bacon drippings in cold water, bring it to a boil, let it cool, pour the water off through a, no, actually, okay, sorry folks. Put your bacon fat in cold water, bring it to a boil, pour it through some cheesecloth to strain it. Let it cool, lift the fat off the top, pour off the water, and then again repeat. Add the fat to the, do it 2 or 3 times until you can't smell the bacon in the fat anymore. And essentially, that's lard. As for chicken fat, I don't know. I don't know. My wife and I love your personality in videos. I had a question about pink Himalayan salt. Where do you get your iodine from? And how can the consumer be certain that organic is truly what it should be? Well, when it comes to organic being truly what it should be, we're just going to have to trust the system that's in place. Not necessarily. You can't always necessarily trust the system at its place because the system, as far as I'm concerned, is broken. The only way you can truly guarantee that you're doing organic is to get it yourself or to get it from a local organic farmer. As far as where do you get the iodine in pink Himalayan salt, processed table salt is missing 80 minerals because they process everything out of it and then they put the iodine back in because the lack of iodine is, if you don't have the iodine, you can be prone to the goiter. And that's the most obvious thing to see. So that's why they put the iodine back in. However, pink Himalayan salt already has 84 minerals and trace minerals, including iodine. So it's natural. So I think that's why it's colored pink, is because it hasn't had all the crap processed out of it. Sorry guys, it's like almost 6 in the morning and I'm still kind of not here yet. Let me take a sip of my green shake. Can you do an update on the finished basement, animals, seedlings, your barn, your garden area, etc.? No, not right now. My seedlings are doing really well. I'll show you that probably in a video this week. The barn needs to be shoveled. And so no, we're not doing any updated videos right now. We'll probably be doing one soon because we think Mary's going to have a kid. The finished basement is almost finished. It's going to be finished this weekend, and I have video footage of the last few things that Papa has done, and then we're going to add on the end of that video the reveal. So hang on, it's coming. What type of software do you use to edit your videos? Cyberlink Power Director. That's what I use. How do you add graphics and music? You'll learn that. It's all in your software. You download the music and you add it in using your software. What type of software? How do you do graphics? Can you do videos on how to make beef stock? I'm pretty sure I've done that, but I don't have any beef to make beef stock. It's really easy. Get bones, beef bones, roast them, boil them. Make beef stew. Beef stew is the same as making venison stew. So look up my venison stew video. That'll show you how to do it. Vegetable soup. I make all this stuff, folks. Just go on Our Half Acre Homestead, and not the search bar with the magnifying glass on top. The search bar with the magnifying glass below my title, but above my video lists. There's a little magnifying glass. Punch in soup. That'll take you to all the soups on my channel. Okay. I love homemade fresh mashed potatoes, but it's very difficult to keep potatoes fresh once you buy them in the store. Is it possible to slice the potatoes, dehydrate them, and store them, and then when you're ready to make homemade mashed potatoes, rehydrate them and make mashed potatoes from them? Not that I'm aware of. I've tried it. Wasn't very successful at it. I'm pretty sure I can't answer that until I've tried I can't recommend what to do until I've tried it myself. And I have an idea, but no, not that I'm aware of. I haven't done it anyway. All right. Thanks for addressing the medical marijuana issues. I've been thinking. Okay, sorry, that was something else. What do you think about Kirkland taking over the sale of some of our most treasured Costco finds, i.e. raw sugar? I wouldn't mind so much, maybe, however. Yes, their products are organic. However, a lot of the products they've been replacing were not only organic, but GMO free. As long as they continue, because I use a lot of Kirkland stuff. I get their pink Himalayan salt and stuff like that. As long as they continue to follow the path of organic and GMO free, I have no problem with Kirkland taking over a lot of the Costco products. I trust a lot of the Kirkland products. And if they continue to make them organic and genetically modified free, gosh, folks, I'm sorry. This is fibro fog. You're lucky I'm not saying things backwards. So as long as they continue to make it, organic, I have no problem with it. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.